The capital and largest city of Indonesia is Jakarta, also known as the Special Capital Region of Jakarta. The largest city in Southeast Asia and the diplomatic center of ASEAN, Jakarta is located on Java, the island with the highest population in the world. The city serves as Indonesia's economic, cultural, and political hub. It is classified as a province and as of 2020 had a population of 10,562,088. In the future, Jakarta will be the biggest metropolis on Earth. The Manggarai Station, which will serve as Jakarta's future central train station, the Bandung LRT, the proposed Bali rail transit system, and the Bali Railway are all examples of high-speed rail systems. Over the past few decades, Greater Jakarta has also experienced vast economic growth, providing its residents with a range of employment and housing choices. Before we continue, please subscribe to your channel for more incredible videos just like this one. Then grab onto your sneakers because you'll be amazed by what the city of Jakarta has to offer. In this video, we discuss the insane metropolis of the future that Jakarta will be in 2050. Indonesia is working to implement its strategic plan for 2050, which will remain the cornerstone of the government's development efforts. The nation will need to build about 20 more cities in the next 10 years. Indonesia has an ambitious future development plan to develop its economy and promote export trade, but it has not yet been fully implemented. Additionally, Indonesia intends to relocate its capital from Jakarta, Java, to a new settlement called Nusantara in East Kalimantan on the island of Borneo. Future cities in Indonesia are anticipated to be intelligent, resilient, and environmentally friendly, with a variety of objectives including raising access to quality jobs, enhancing people's access to healthcare, and reducing the environmental impact of urban growth. To achieve these objectives, the government will need to increase spending to create new cities, improve public transportation, and build new roads. The new state capital law, which provides a legal framework for President Joko Widodo's ambitious 32 billion mega projects, specifies how capital development will be funded and governed after the bill is passed. Indonesia's parliament has approved the bill to move the country's capital from Jakarta to a jungle-covered area of Kalimantan and Borneo Island. Suharto Monoarfa, the planning minister, claimed that the new capital has a crucial role, serves as a marker of the country's identity, and will serve as a new economic hub. The name of the new capital city will be Nusantara, which is Javanese for the archipelago. Nusantara is meant to be a high-tech, environmentally friendly utopia. At a news conference, Indonesia's finance minister Sri Mulyani said that the new name, Nusantara, has been chosen from more than 80 alternatives since it reflected the country's topography and was well known worldwide. At the moment, the resident population of Jakarta is rapidly growing. It is vulnerable to flooding and earthquakes, is heavily trafficked, heavily polluted, and congested. According to the World Economic Forum, congestion is predicted to cost the economy $6.5 billion annually. Jakarta is one of the world's fastest sinking cities because of its location on the swampy ground close to the sea, leaving it particularly vulnerable to flooding. If present rates continue, a third of Jakarta, Indonesia, could be underwater by 2050, according to environmental experts. Swaths of it have already begun to disappear due to decades of unchecked and unsustainable groundwater extraction, rising sea levels, and more unpredictable weather patterns. The idea of moving the capital has been around since independence, with former Sukarno planning to move it to Palangkaraya in Kalimantan in the 1950s. President Widodo proposed the latest push to move the capital shortly after he won his second term in 2019. The city has been sinking to the Java Sea at an alarming rate due to the over-extraction of groundwater. The Indonesian portion of the island of Borneo, which Malaysia and Brunei also share, is located in Kalimantan, around 2,000 kilometers from Jakarta. The majority of Jakarta's nearly 10 million residents are anticipated to stay in the city despite the relocation because it's expected to continue serving as the nation's commercial and financial hub, according to President of Indonesia Joko Widodo, who stated in a speech broadcast on television that the city's location is extremely strategic because it's in the middle of Indonesia and close to urban areas. However, the burden that Jakarta is currently carrying as a center of governance, business, financial trade, and services work is too great, he added. There will be 5 stages of development for the move. The first phase of the project is slated to begin at the end of 2022 and last until 2024, with work continuing until 2045. It would cost $32.7 billion, of which 19% would come from the state budget, and the remaining 80% would be covered through partnerships between the public and private sectors. This price tag covers accommodation of around 1.5 million civil personnel, as well as new government buildings. Nusantara is intended to be a green and smart global city that will be created in stages. The city will be located in the province of East Kalimantan and cover over 56,180 hectare-acres. The expansive project is a key component of President Widodo's plan for Indonesia to attain carbon neutrality by 2060 and break out of the middle-income trap. President Widodo stated that the Mandiri Investment Forum 2022 last year that the initiative to develop the capital city in East California is a crucial component of transformation. He also said that the capital city will serve as a showcase for that transformation, whether it be in terms of the environment, work habits, economic foundation, technology, better healthcare, or higher quality education. In a computer-generated map of the future capital unveiled this year, a futuristic, well-connected city with cutting-edge public transportation run by wind and solar energy and surrounded by beautiful rainforests is depicted. Due to the country's limited resources and need to boost its economy, during the past few months continuously, the Indonesian government has been actively courting possible investors to help finance the building of its new capital, Nusantara. Sri Mulyani Indrawati, the finance minister of Indonesia, recently highlighted that there were two investment choices available to foreigners for projects in Nusantara. The minister stated to the media that future investors were free to select any of the options they believed would best serve their interests. First, investors might become shareholders, followed by creditors who could only lend us money. Indrawati emphasized that foreign investors are crucial to Nusantara since Indonesia cannot afford all the expenses associated with its state budget. She stated that our state's money will most likely be used to build infrastructure such as bridges and highways. During their meeting in Jakarta, the Minister of Investments for Indonesia and Singapore discussed potential investments from Singapore to build smart cities, green industries, and the digital economy in Nusantara. Indonesian officials claimed that they had previously contacted Saudi Arabia and hoped the country would make a large investment. The owner of the Arsari Group recently declared that Arsari wanted to participate in constructing the new capital. He highlighted a prospective $330 million clean water procurement project and ambitions to build a $19 billion wildlife refuge. According to the Director of General State Assets of the Indonesian Ministry of Finance, the state assets owned by the central government in Jakarta were worth about $108 billion. These assets include the state palace and buildings owned by the country's 34 ministries. The Ministry of Finance has announced that these assets will be leased to pay for the construction of Nusantara. According to authorities, because Jakarta will continue to be Indonesia's economic capital, buildings owned by the central government that were formerly the workplaces of thousands of civil servants will not be vacant or abandoned. Mr. Sudarwan told the ABC that they are optimizing the assets in Jakarta so that we can raise money to develop the new capital city. We don't necessarily have to sell them. Nusantara would emulate new capitalists in other nations, particularly in Brazil and Myanmar. One of the two new cities on the Formula E calendar this year is Jakarta. The addition of two Alpha World cities to the championship, which is focused on bringing racing and promoting sustainability to city centers, is a significant move for the tournament. It also sends a clear message to the other participating nations that they value innovation. The Jakarta E-Prix in 2022 will be Indonesia's first international motor race since the 2008 GP2 Asian Series visit to Indonesia, when current Nissan E-Dams driver Sebastian Buemi took first place ahead of Rocket Venturi Racing Team principal Jerome D'Ambrosio. The government announced plans to improve supply chains, position Indonesia more strategically on global trade routes, and foster investment and technical advancement. Southeast Asia's largest economy has envisioned the new capital as a low-carbon super hub that will serve the pharmaceutical, health, and technology industries and encourage sustainable growth outside Java Island. The development of what he refers to as a new civilization or a new way of life is what President Widodo emphasizes as being the most essential thing for him. The plan aims for more centralized and balanced national management, developing a new system, and establishing new work and cultural patterns. People will get used to living with ecologically friendly activity patterns. What do you think of this amazing metropolis in the year 2050? Comment below with your thoughts and let us know. Now that our video has concluded, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to see more exciting videos.